Good morning, all. Um, the topic I'm presenting on is the impact of computer-assisted audit techniques on the perception of artificial intelligence in auditing. So let me give you some brief context in the meantime. So let's talk about what auditing is. So auditing is essentially an assurance engagement wherein uh, auditors evaluate a company's books and various other elements to provide a sense of assurance to the stakeholders that the company is operating in a is reason is acting in a reasonably appropriate manner. So the whole agenda of my PPT is so the emergence of computer assisted audit techniques. There are various tools such as Tally and all that, which has obviously emerged further and has been integrated more into the process in the auditing process. So this draws on to the question whether after such an increase in the usage of CATs, is there a chance that AI may completely replace auditors? So so obviously the growing automation and audit. So before, the volume of transactions used to be significantly lower, but in the modern times they've gone into the millions. So in the earlier days, auditors would manually select a sample size and review all of them by hand, review the sample by hand. But now if we were try to do that in the modern days where the volume of transactions are so high, it will be near impossible to do it. Therefore, the integration of computer-assisted audit techniques lets auditors expand their sample size area and automatically evaluate the sample size. So I'll move on to the research objective and hypothesis, right? So how I've conducted this research is I've circulated its primary data collection via Google Forms circulated to working professionals and students who mainly practice chartered accountancy. So I have made sure to allocate CA inter students and final students along with working professionals in the audit field, because obviously working professionals would have had first-hand experience into CATs and they are the ones who are affected by it the most. So now, with respect to the research, it's a quantitative approach. We have collected 107 responses. 65 are from working professionals, 42 are CA students, and we used a 5-point Likert scale, which is essentially um, strongly disagree, neutral, agree, strongly agree. And then we draw correlation in terms of the responses. So 56% agree that CATS improves efficiency. And so the idea of working professionals are, hey, CATS exists to help us do our jobs in a more easier manner and cover a more holistic um, cover more transactions and just make our jobs easier. So they qualify CATs as a tool. So 82% believe AI can automate routine tasks, as mentioned before. And further on, the same 82% will believe AI can replace substantial procedures. Now, if I were to break down an audit role and or an audit or an or an audit engagement, the data collection and will can be easily done by AI. So that whole stage can be completely co-opted by AI. But the judgment, the professional expertise, that is something that cannot be done by AI. So only 9% believe that AI can replicate judgment, and a vast majority of working professionals who have been part of the study, they all believe that it is not possible for AI to replace judgment, because there is a certain level of professional skepticism which every auditor must hold. You cannot go in blindly assuming that the company is absolutely working in the best order. You have to be reasonably skeptical that, hey, something may go wrong or they have done something wrong. Meanwhile, 64% believe regulation prevents full replacement. I mean, obviously, AI has taken over different types of jobs like manual data entry, which is one element, but there would be heavy regulation from the government side uh to prevent jobs from being replaced by AI. So just now I will draw a cross reference between students and professionals. So students do not fully support displacement of jobs. So it's good to know that even students are believe the fact that hey, their jobs won't be replaced by AI, but they must emphasize on the fact that you will have to learn to gel well with AI. You have to make sure that you work side by side with it and learn about it. Next, as for the professionals are concerned, they're confident about human oversight, and they do not believe that AI can completely replace uh, AI cannot completely replace auditors because professional judgment is something which cannot be replaced. Going to Going to the hypothesis one. Let me just cover this. Um, the hypothesis one. So the whole objective is to assess how many people are familiar with CATs, evaluate whether AI can replace how what are the perceptions about whether AI can replace auditors, and compare the thought process between professionals and students. So the three hypotheses we've gone for is CAT familiarity to the AI perception. So how much so at what degree, so let's say, how familiar do you have to be with cats, and then how does that alter your perception whether AI can replace auditors? Then obviously to draw a cross reference between students and working professionals. Yes, so let me go on to the conclusion. Uh, So AI will definitely automate structured tasks, data entry, sample size testing, dummy data testing. All of that can be completely done by AI. Um, The surprising thing is the more and more you know about computer assisted audit techniques and the more practical experience you have, that directly correlates to the fact that uh, auditors will not be replaced by um, AI. And professional judgment remains irreplaceable, and regulatory accountability limits substitution. As I mentioned, the government will always be keen on protecting jobs. So there is a very low likelihood of AI completely replacing auditors because primarily due to government intervention. Um, so these are the references which I've adopted. Thank you so much for your time.